The year was 1936. Hindenburg's explosion captured the attention of the nation, and in Nazi Germany, Hitler's atrocities would begin building towards the Second World War. Babe Ruth was making his comeback with the Yankees, and Betty Davis was a screen siren of the day. In Kingston, New York, Edwin Ford was completing his education as a member of the 20th graduating class at Kingston High School.
Ford, yeah, I graduated in 1936. And I was there an extra year. First of all, I wasn't even 18 years old, so I didn't want to graduate too soon. And I had courses I could work some in summertime, so I didn't go to summer school every time. And so I took extra courses like typing and public speaking and different things like that, which came in real handy later on.
Bill Ford, I'm called his baby brother, which I have to live with. I'm actually 5 years younger than he is, and I graduated in 1941. And I ended up starting with an academic course, failed Latin. Mr. Pollock told me I should drop it, which I did. He gave me a 50. So then I went into a business course, which really was much to my advantage because I learned to type, I learned salesmanship, I learned a lot of things related to business, and it was to my advantage that he did what he did, but I didn't like it at the time.
The only school buses when I was there were for out-of-town students, and I don't know if anybody in town at all took a bus. So several of my years I rode a bicycle with friends of mine that lived in the neighborhood, and that's how I got there.
I inherited Ed's car, which was a 1931 Chevy, and I was quite something having a car to be driving around in as a senior.
And you could take that bus to go and get off uptown to an uptown bus terminal on Crown Street, right near the Board of Education building now, almost across the street. And so that was nice because lots of times some of the students from out of town would meet them up at the corner confectionery store right near the bus terminal and hang out with them for a while after school. So that worked out pretty well. France Illert. France Illert had a ice cream and candy store right in an old stone house. You could go in and just say penny candy, all that stuff. We never had any money anyway.
With the Depression, mind you, that we grew up in, so we didn't have a lot of money. There was no question about it. We were lucky. At lunchtime, we used to always bring sandwiches to school for lunch, and we were lucky if we had a nickel for a little chocolate milk or something. Remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah, so. That sometimes in the winter like this didn't get there for at least an hour and a half after school had started. But there were no snow days. I don't remember any snow days. Do you?
No.
No snow days. No. And I ended up getting some detention while I was in school, and Mr. Culver, who was a truant officer and whatever, couldn't make me stay after school for detention because of the fact that I worked. If I wanted any money, I delivered papers, and that's what I did for several years. And then when I got to be 15, we had moved to Albany Avenue, and the corner store where Stewart's is now was a little store called Laware's, and I worked there Friday nights from 6 to 10, and Saturday morning from 8 to 12, and I got 25 cents an hour, so that was big money for me. And I packed a lot of ice cream. I was pretty good at it. So, A lot of people came just to see me pack ice cream.
Well, part of the time I was busy after school. I was assistant manager and then manager of the baseball team. And so that did take some of the springtime activities away. But I sold magazines part of the time. Magazine was a nickel, and sometimes the people said, I can't pay you today, I'll pay you next time. You had to worry about whether they were gonna pay you or not.
Yeah.
And they did. And then one summer, I did get a job at the Kingston Laundry, which was down on Lower Broadway. And that was 6 days a week. They would also work on Saturday, maybe only half day on Saturday. That was $12 for a week's pay. And so that came in handy when I went to buy some clothes or something like that. So I did that, I guess, maybe the last year that I was in high school. Poor, but we didn't know the difference.
That's right.
And we always ate, and we had a good life. We have another brother and a sister, and so that there were 4 of us in the family, and my father and mother. And part of the time, my grandfather living there too. He made it up to 92 or 4.
94.